I'm personally a little bit sick of hearing about artificial intelligence, or AI as it is otherwise known. You can't seem to scroll through social media or the news or go to work without some mention of it. So why on earth am I recording a video all about such then? Well, whether we like it or not, it's here and isn't going anywhere anytime soon. As one of the internet's most experienced electric toothbrush testers, I want to share my thoughts on AI in electric toothbrushes because, believe it or not, it's a thing. In fact, I think the first mention of AI in relation to a toothbrush was back with the Oral-B Genius X that launched in 2019. Now, I'm not going to get into a detailed description and comparison of AI models, etc., but I don't think even to this day most toothbrushes with the claimed AI are really harnessing the true power of artificial intelligence as most of us know or think about it. None are connected to the AI services like ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Claude, and the many others we hear about. They are manufacturer-specific intelligent data processing systems. There are promising examples, but the evidence is still building, and today it's more about habit reinforcement and feedback technology than a magical cleaning effect. Of the brushes I have tested, those with AI are what I would consider smart toothbrushes. These are brushes with Bluetooth connectivity, a smartphone app, and real-time tracking of the brush's position and the coverage achieved of the tooth surfaces. Sensors in the handle track key data points and send them to an app where the technology, or the AI if you like, compiles this into a more visual or text arrangement that gives you and I a better understanding of how well or not we are actually doing when it comes to our teeth and gums. The better ones do highlight what tooth areas or surfaces have been missed. I can rely on the Oral-B i09 to show that I haven't brushed my molars on the right side, for example, or show me that I did clean in that area but not for long enough. A Prestige 9900 will highlight in the app if I'm regularly failing to brush for long enough or if I'm skipping required sessions, creating averages, etc. It will also show the areas where I regularly apply too much pressure. But the sensors do still get it wrong quite a bit of the time. The accuracy is far from 100%. And from what I have experienced, a lot of the feedback is still very generic and comes across much like it could be saying it to anyone. If it said on Friday night you always brush very late at night, and when doing so you brush for shorter periods of time with less pressure compared to Sundays where you brush for longer with less pressure and achieve fantastic coverage, it would be brilliant, but it's not that specific. Thus, when you hear or see AI being mentioned in relation to a toothbrush, be very skeptical. Do not buy a toothbrush just because it has AI. There is evidence that electric toothbrushes, even without AI, remove more plaque than manual brushing, but what AI adds is more about improving technique and habits. It's overkill if you already have excellent brushing technique, consistently brush well, and don't need the tracking or feedback. It's pointless if you don't care for apps or tech features and just want a simple, reliable brush, or if you're budget conscious and willing to get a good enough electric brush without the extras. They are certainly better if you often miss areas of your mouth or don't brush for the full recommended 2 minutes. If you tend to brush too hard and you have gum sensitivity or enamel wear, they can help. If you like data and are motivated by tracking your progress, then such might be for you. A 2025 controlled trial from South Korea showed that connected toothbrush users showed improved clinical outcomes in plaque reduction, but they did discover that interest declined over 3 to 6 months. This ties in with feedback from our YouTube audience. Research found that nearly 70% of users with a smart toothbrush were not using the app after 3 months of ownership. A 2025 study published in BMC Oral Health found that users of the connected toothbrush reported better perceptions of brushing skill, feel of oral cleanliness, and improved clinical metrics. So yes, there is good evidence that connected toothbrushes with feedback can lead to better oral hygiene outcomes than manual brushing or unconnected electric brushing, especially in the short to mid-term. But the extra value hinges on user behaviour, engaging with the feedback, maintaining brushing habits over time, replacing heads, etc. If someone buys a smart brush and treats it like a normal brush without using the features, the incremental benefit may be much less. Yet, if you struggle with brushing technique, consistency, frequency, a smart connected brush potentially offers meaningful benefit. I will say it now, and I will continue to say it for many years, I suspect. No toothbrush, yet or in the near future, is or will be capable of doing the work for you. Toothbrushing is very much driven by you and I. Perhaps in a decade or two, the tech will be good enough that it will move and position the toothbrush around each of our mouths to get the most personalised cleaning, but we are a long way from this today. And even then, it relies on us doing so a couple of times a day for the right amount of time and completing a number of other key steps to keep our oral health in check. Taking care of your teeth is much like fitness. The so-called AI can help educate and encourage, but at the end of the day, it relies on you doing it. Simply having AI toothbrush labelling doesn't guarantee you'll brush better, it won't replace your dentist visits or professional cleaning. Brush manufacturers are very positive about this tech. Naturally they would be, because not only do they make money from it, they gain data too. The data is valuable even if anonymised. I'm certainly not anti-such, but I like to be clear with you about the realities. In summary, AI-enabled toothbrushes can provide benefits for many, but there is a risk of becoming too reliant on them when there is still a need for users to do a lot of the work. They are not a replacement to regular dental checkups and good basic habits, but they can help enhance these. Long-term adoption will come as technology improves and once costs reduce and manufacturers address privacy concerns.